Hello, my name is Tom, or FPL Wildy, and this is my first video of 25-26 FPL season. I'm so excited to get straight back into it. I've missed football so much, and I'm really excited with the new release of this game. I'm happy with the changes, I'm happy with the price points. I'm just eager to get started, especially now I know what I'm doing in terms of strategy. I can't wait. I've been dying to get this video out as well. So yeah, I'm really excited. Had a great season last season. Finished 6k in the world, which I was, my pre-season aim was top 10k. So I reached out for the first time. So I was really happy with that. So yeah, we're gonna kick on this season, and let's get it started. Okay, jumping in first of all, we're gonna look at the team. And then we're gonna talk about the overall macro strategy, chip strategy. Yeah, I think you're in for a good one. Okay, let's get started. So the date is 25th of July, and I put out a tweet last night, 24th of July, and I've absolutely called it, lads. Yeah, I've called it. This is the chip strategy for the start of this season. You want a bench boost in game week 1, wildcard in game week 4, free hit in game week 6. Now then, how does this look on paper? I'm just going to show you the full team. Now, these 15 players are very specific to my strategy. If you're not doing my strategy, there's probably at least 5 players on here that I wouldn't recommend. But let's go through it player by player to begin with. I just want to pull that up there. So, in goal, we've got Matt Sales. Obviously had a phenomenal season last year. 5 million. I think he's the best 5 million keeper. He's straight in. Gabriel. My guy Gabriel, one of my favourite Arsenal players. Not much to say about him. Obviously, best defence in the league. Probably the best goal scoring centre back, at least anyway, in the league. And you might look at these first 6 games and think that absolutely stinks. So I want no part in Arsenal defence. We're going to come on to how my team looks week in, week out. But Gabriel's in there for me. Tarkowski, in the new defensive contribution changes, he's looking like potential to be one of the best in earning that again. Probably put him at 150 points or so. He's in the team at 5.5 mil. And then I've got Nico Williams doubling up on the Forest defence. He's also got good DC defensive contribution stats, and also he was picking up loads of bonus, and he was getting assists at the end of last year. 5 million. I think he's a good pick. And then I'll go straight on to my other defenders actually, because I am bench boosting. So all 15 players will play this first week. Colwill. I want a bit of Chelsea defence. Kukurea is a shout, but 1 million more. Couldn't make it work. Colwill. Centre backs have been buffed. He should be getting 90 minutes. I'm wildcard in game week 4, so I only need it for the first 3 game weeks. So at the moment, Colwell's in. And then I've got Van de Ven. Basically, this defender's only going to play this first game week. And Burnley at home, it looks the best fit. Now, this could be any Spurs player. I mean, just to clarify, these players aren't set in stone, but the price points are very important. So, 4.5 defender, that could be anyone. Alright, but as long as my price points are in place and my structure's there, then I'm happy. These individual players may change depending on team news, transfers, and etc. But I'm sure you know that. Going into midfield, I did have Salah for a long time. I had a bench boost 1 team with Salah and Palmer. I've been doing some digging, and Saka's the way. So I've got Saka in. Again, I'll pull up the Arsenal fixtures. You won't be amazed. We're only going to be playing him for these 2 game weeks. Saka, Palmer. Palmer's a lock on everyone. He'll be the highest owned player, no doubt, over 80%. No brainer. Ndiaye. He's obviously got pens. He's good on both. He's not too good on gunners. He's alright on DC. Defensive contributions. He's alright at that. Could pick up 1 or 2. But he's on pens at 6.5. The 6.5 market in the midfielders this year isn't the best. There are a couple more options, but I think Ndiaye's clear right now. He's quite popular as well. And I've got Morgan Rogers. 7 mil is probably a very fair price for him as a 90-minute man. Probably would expect him to have a little bit better output this year, just as it's another year from this development. He'll be playing more central now that Asensio's gone and all that other malarkey. Curious to see who else Villa's signed, but right now Rogers is in. And then I've got Declan Rice. Now a lot of people running Anderson on their bench boost. I had Anderson for a bit too, and I toyed around with another couple 6 million players, but I've landed on Rice now. Defensive contributions, clean sheet potential. If he gets a return, he's great for bonus. And with Zubimendi, he's going to be playing higher up. He's going to get the balls fed to him better. He's had a summer off. Declan Rice is my guy. Then we've gone to the front line. Chris Woods, he's not been in many of my drafts, but just look at that start. Look at that start. Arsenal away. And he won't be in my team for game week 4 either. 7.5, that could be João Pedro, you know. That could be João Pedro. Like I say, individual players aren't too important right now, but a 7.5, I've got two 7.5. Strikers, another one in Solanke. He will be benched game week 2 as well. And then I've got Watkins. He's in at 9 mil. And if he starts for Villa, he's in my team. However, there is room to fit in Gyökeres here. I can easily take 0.5 out of Gyökeres. Comes in at 9.5. If he comes in at 9, I can swap him straight for Watkins. If it comes in at 10, then I have to consider what my options are. There still is a way. I could go Cobble down, I can go Wood down, fit in Gyökeres at 10. But I'd have to figure out if he's worth 10. But this build is fluid, with my Saka, Palmer and a premium forward. Well, not premium, half premium forward in Watkins or Gyökeres. So, I forgot to mention Areola as well as my sub keeper. Only going to play him for game week 1. We scroll down to fixtures. Yeah, you know, I'm looking. I mean, don't love Kelleher without Thomas Frank. Who are my other 4.5 keepers? We've got Petrovic. No. We've got Verbruggen. I can't trust. I'd rather play against the Sunderland than I would have Fulham. Yeah, I won't spend too much time on that. Areola, as long as he's starting, is my favourite 4.5. So, I will preface, this isn't the podcast for me to dive into each individual player, talk about their expected XGI and the defensive contributions. I'm not going to give you many stats like that. There are better podcasts for that. This video is to purely show you my strategy. So let's go on to that now. We can talk about the macro strategy. Yeah, let's go. So my overall macro strategy, chip strategy for the start of the season, I'm going to use 3 chips in the first 6 game weeks. Now that's very aggressive strategy. Why am I doing that? Well, we've got double the chips now, and I'll be looking up to the first 19 game weeks and trying to figure out when I'm going to use each one, because they have to be used within that time period, 1 to 19. So yeah, we're going to have to use them early. And I'm going to pull up a little graphic here by Prass, one of my favourite managers, content creators. Let's go, it's a bit larger. I was watching his video and he sort of looked at the game weeks and was trying to find out the weeks where chips might be used. I think he's looking at a game week 13 wildcard, and I'm not too sure on his free hit. So what we're looking at is a game week 4 wildcard, game week 6 free hit with a game week 1 bench boost. So there's a lot of talk on the whole bench boost game week 1. I think it will be quite a popular strategy, and the reasons why I'm doing it is basically because money is going to be tight. If you've got 2 premium midfielders, like with one of them being Salah or Haaland, 2 premiums, it's going to be hard to then afford a decent defensive line and a forward line. You can't have like a couple of 6 million defenders, which I think we will want at some point, and also you're going to want 7.5, 8.5 forwards. So we do want to take money out of that bench as soon as we can, which is why we are playing an early wildcard after the bench boost. I was looking at a wildcard coming in at maybe 7, or whether I can just hold the wildcard out till 13. But if I'm bench boosting game week 1, I do want a quick wildcard coming out of that for the reasons I've just spoke about. And also, like, not using the bench boost, you know, you're going to have to put in a bench boost later on down here somewhere. And that's going to force, you know, transfers, which could be hits, and also other chips, just to get your 4.5, couple of 4.5 defenders, a goalkeeper, and a midfielder or attacker. So it's probably not worth all that trouble. So I'd like to get it out of the way, and I think it's a really good opportunity to do that this year. You look at my team I just shared there. I think all players can return on their first game week. So yeah, that's my rationale, and I'm just being aggressive. You know, I want to get out in front. I think there's an opportunity here, so we're going to get on top of that opportunity. So just before we do look at how the team lines up each week, we will just quickly spend a little bit longer on this screen. So the wildcard 4 comes in, and then where I'm going to put my free hit in. So let's say free hit 3 was another option I was looking at, where you can get rid of your Arsenal and Liverpool players. It's viable. It wasn't quite working for me. I like game week 6. Firstly, because these other You look through the weeks here, there's not many options apart from the 4 that Price has got laid out here with the blue arrows. And then these late ones here, as you can see, what we're targeting here is these two fixtures. These fixtures. But these teams have good runs then anyway. So you don't want them for one game week, you want them across all of these. So there's no point really free hitting. So that brings us on to game week 6. Now why is game week 6 highlighted? It's because City got Burnley at home. Arsenal away to Newcastle. Newcastle and Arsenal players aren't ideal. And also, I could bring back... Oh, where am I? I could bring back my Chelsea. If I go to the full ticker. Game week 6. Who we got here? So Fulham, Bournemouth could target them games. Chelsea. One of Chelsea. Maybe an Everton player. Liverpool still fine away to Palace. Not in Forest. So you'll see when my wild card I will have no Forest. So I'm going to get triple Forest for Sunderland at home. Maybe a room for a Spurs player. We're going to come on to free hit 6 and you'll see that team. But when you do take out game week 6, I think if I fast forward it here, you will see how. So this is game week 6 taken out of it. So I'm wildcarding game week 4 now. My Arsenal players are good. They're good to go. City at home. We'll put 2 past them. We'll keep the game tight. No other hard fixture with that Newcastle game out. So game week 4 onwards. It looks very different. And I don't... You look at City now. It's not the easiest run with that Burnley game out. So Haaland's not essential, I don't think. Okay. Let's move on now. Right, so I'm on my Twitter page, at FPL_Wildy. If you want to drop me a follow. Here's just a review of my last year's team. Rank, gone from 129, 153, now into 6. We're going to keep it 10k this year, or even top 25k. I think it's the new 10k. So we're on for another good season. You know, steady improvements. So 3 years since I've been in this space. So yeah, we're on the right trajectory. Now let's put this up. Here we go. Here it is. So I tweeted out. This is our game week 1 team. That's how we line up. You've seen it already. It's going to be Palmer captain. Game week 2 comes around. Okay. Saka's captain. We're going to swap out our Spurs. Van der Ven stays on the bench. Solanke comes to the bench. Rice takes his place. Happy to play everyone in this fixture. Game week 2 doesn't look like the most upside. If you just look at the entire FDR, you've got Bournemouth who have a decent game. Burnley, no. Chelsea, we have. Like, it's not going to be much here. So actually looking at this team, players are good to go. So game week 2, no problem there. We've got Saka captain, triple Arsenal. Then game week 3 comes. We're going to say goodbye to Saka and we're going to be Bruno Fernandes. Now this could be obviously Kuna and Burmo. We'll wait and see. Most likely it could be Bruno. I can afford any of them coming down from Saka, so that's not a problem. Rice, Gabriel join the bench with Van der Ven. Got a good back 4. Everyone else has got a good attacking fixture. We're good to go. I could even Bruno Fernandes captain, but I've got Palmer as well. So they're the first 3 game weeks. Just go back through them. That's how it looks the first 3 game weeks. So with bench boost, all 15. We're going to bench away to City. We can choose who our 4th defender can be. Then we're going to bench away to Liverpool. Alright. Boom. Takes us to game week 4. And we're going to pop a wild card. Here are 4 different versions. Because I'm not going to set in stone what my wildcard's going to look like, but it's important to do a few variants just to see how flexible it is and what it could potentially look like. So here's one version. So this is from game week 4 onwards, and we're not planning for free hit 6. If I was going to buy players for game week 6, this will look very different. This is excluding game week 6 from my thinking because I'm playing a free hit. So we've got Sales in goal for the same reasons I said before. Probably the best overall 5 million goalkeeper. Away to Arsenal, I'm not fussed about fixtures as such for goalkeepers this year. I just want to pick one and keep him playing all fixtures. Gabriel's back in. You've seen the Arsenal tickers. Munoz. Hello. He done me very well last year. So what are we in game week 4? Munoz. We've got Sunderland. We've got West Ham. We've got a few more fixtures he can play in. A good 5.5 player. And Virgil, he's going to be... If I was to predict over the entire season, I'd have Virgil van Dijk as the top scoring defender. So I want to get on that early and I want to set and forget. Salah's going to have to come in. We need Salah for game weeks 5 and... where am I? for game weeks 4 and 5. He's the best captaincy option these game weeks. So yeah, Salah comes in. We keep Saka. We've said goodbye to Palmer. So I'll do this quick. This isn't very quick. If I say goodbye to Palmer, Palmer's going to come back in. Obviously, we're going to get him game week 6 for that free hit. Yeah, game week 4. Best two here be Saka and Salah. Now you probably would rather Palmer in this fixture, but you're not going to captain him anyway. Game week 6, you'd rather Palmer. We're going to free hit him in. And then it comes back to Sama versus Saka. We're going to want Saka. This is about even. I'd probably rather Saka. And then game week 9, so we want to hop back on Palmer. Now that it could even be for Salah looking at this, but we basically don't need Palmer until game week 9. And I'd rather Saka during this fixture. Obviously, Palmer is slightly better player than Saka. Palmer's going to post better numbers, but playing the fixtures, I'm taking Saka on my wildcard 4. Sarr comes in, probably the best 6.5. If you're not looking at the fixtures, just as a pure player, eager to play him for Sunderland. Rogers can say him for this fixtures are absolutely fine. Game week 4. Yep, we've got a nice run up to here. Game week 9 again. We're going to come back to game week 9 in a bit. And then Gordon comes in. He's my favourite 7.5, and he is severely underrated. He's got set piece threat. He's got attacking threat. He'll get minutes now. He's back in form. He's got a pre-season. Barnes took a lot of minutes off last season, but I really like Gordon. He's one of my picks for sure. We look at the Newcastle. Ignore game week 6 because we're free hitting. So he's got Wolves, Bournemouth, Forest, Brighton, Fulham, West Ham, Brentford. He is the 7.5 pick for me. Evan Nielsen. Go and look at the Bournemouth fixtures. Look at this run. Beautiful. 7 million. No, he's not on pens, but I would expect him to get the most goals from Bournemouth this year. And then Solanke comes in. Spurs is still fine. You know, like I said, these are just price points at this point. 7.5, that can easily be a Bowen if I really wanted, but look, the fixtures are still great for Solanke, so I've kept him in on this variant. I'm not going to spend as long as I did for this one now, going through the others, but look, I've got cheap as I can bench, apart from one position in Colwill, so I'm going to want one person on the bench, and then I'm going to want to take the money out as much as I can. I don't know who these 4 millions and 4.5 attacker will be, they're just random ones for now. Here's another slight change, so we've taken Munoz out for Gahey, and we have put Etikite in instead of Solanke, so that's something you could do. There is like a million to move around here or there, so you could do that variant, or you could look at Wirtz. We get rid of Rogers, bring back in Solanke, where we downgrade Munoz to Gahey to bring in Wirtz. We got options, people. One more variant. Gahey's still in. Changed my keeper. Petrovic has come in. Bournemouth's good. I'm assuming he's going to be the player, the starting keeper with 4.5. Should rack up decent points. And then, okay, we've downgraded Colwill and gave us 2 4.5 options and kept Wirtz. Senesi I quite like. Constant's good too, and these rotate nicely as well. I think I use this variant for the future weeks. So let's go look at game week 5. That's our game week 4 wildcard. That's going to be a green arrow. Game week 5 comes around. It's going to look something like this. This is the Wirtz variant. Everyone's playable there. Captain Salah. And we're good to go. Here is the game week 6 free hit. Got Sales in goal. We'll double up Forest. It's 13 moves I've made here. So my game week 4 wildcard, I'm not considering this week at all. So I've got 13 players coming in. We've got Sales and Murillo. There could be Blinkovic, obviously could be anyone. These are price points right now. But we're going to want triple Forest. We've got Wood up there as well. We're going to want triple City. I've gone for Marmoush because he's the most expensive other attacker, so that covers all bases. If he's playing behind Haaland, we're going to want him anyway. So we've got Haaland in for captaincy, of course, essential. We can't triple captain because we're playing free hit. But if I'm looking at other weeks coming up, where are you, Praz? You know, look. We've got captaincy options in the distance, so I'm not worried about triple captaincy in game week 6. I'm going to play my free hit. Kukureya, 6 million, home of Brighton. Yeah, good pick. Could change, but he's there and there for now. Semenyo and Evan Nielsen are going to double up against Leeds. We're attacking the 3 promoted teams in Leeds, Sunderland and Burnley. We've got triple and a 2. Palmer we're going to want. he's not in our wildcard team, so the weeks that Salah and Saka aren't as good, we're going to bring in Palmer. And then NGI, I need someone who's cheap. He's got pens, he's got the West Ham at home fixture, he works. So that's what the free hit 6 looks like. Now, your bench is going to be dead using these players. Obviously, when the time comes around to game week 6, I'm not going to be able to predict now what it's going to look like. But we can see we want triple, triple, two. With a couple of extras in, we can make it work. We've got enough money for the Haaland, Marmoush, Palmer, Wood, good defensive options. We've got enough money for that. And you're going to have more money by the time game week 6 rolls around. So, game week 6 free hit, completely doable. We're going to make good points on here. People aren't going to have Haaland. They're not going to have Haaland. If they're having Haaland, they're not going to have Palmer. They're not going to have Saka. Like, they might have Salah. Are they going to have Salah? I doubt it. Like, there's got to be sacrifices there. And people are going to be scared as hell when this Burnley at home fixture comes around. People are talking about triple captaincy. We're going to free hit. We're going to get his points. We're not taking hits. People are taking hits to get Haaland in to captain him. We'll make the ground up. Okay. Bear with me, guys. I'm sorry. So that's our same hit 6. Free hit. And now we're just going to show out... we're going to show you how it looks until we get to 5 free transfers now. And we'll come back to that magic number of game week 9. So yeah, this will be after game week 7. Team will look like this. Everyone's still very playable. And we keep rolling the transfers at this point now. Game week 8, we keep rolling. We've got 4 at the moment. We can put out any fires we need to. Everyone's playable. And then here's game week 9. Yeah, we've got to 5 transfers now. So we're going to have to use one this week. Saar looks like he's coming out for me here. Away to Arsenal. Don't want no part of that. So yeah, got to game week 9 now. We've got 5 transfers in the bank. And as we spoke before, game week 9 is going to be pivotal. Got a lovely Chelsea fixture swing coming in. So I'm going to want triple Chelsea. I've got 5 transfers to work that out. So yeah, where's our swing? Game week 9, Chelsea. So the Spurs swing's just finished. Going to want to go into Chelsea. Want to maybe add an extra Arsenal because we've got Burnley, Sunderland coming up. And then we want to hold on our as many transfers as we can to game week 13. And then we're gonna go into City. We're gonna add another Liverpool too. You know, Newcastle will become an option. Yes, a wild card would be nice here, but if you want a bench boost like game week 1, good luck on holding a wild card up to 13. If you want a wild card 13 that badly, then good luck on working in your bench boost because I don't know when that's going to come. But yeah, I think I'll have enough free transfers to get a team out for 13. You know, I've got 9 to use, 5 free transfers to use at number 9. And then once you get to 16, you get 5 free transfers anyway. So yeah, it's an aggressive strat. We're going to go big, go home. We're going big. We're going out there. We're being out there. We're 3 chips in 6 game weeks. We'll be flying in mini leagues. And, you know, looking at a game week 1, I've seen people bench boosting and their bench isn't as good as this right now. So we're making points on people bench boosting. People got Anderson, people got Belabor and all sorts. Like, that's great. Game week 2. That's really good. Like, no one's gonna have triple Arsenal game week 2. We've got Saka captain. Game week 3, we bring it right. We've got 2 true transfers here, so if we wanted to, we could either bring in. I forgot. If Isak's still at the club, I can't quite do Isak, but I could do Isak and Burmo and Kuna. No problem. So we've got 2 free transfers to use in game week 3 where our team doesn't look as good. If I just reset the game week, yeah, Saka will be coming out for me. It will go to Bruno or United. I'm happy with that 1 free transfer. Then I can think about whether I want to use the second or the Newcastle or XG United. Obviously bench Rice. So there you have it. That is my strategy for the start of this 25-26 season. I'm very happy with it. I'm so excited to just get started. I think I've absolutely smashed that. Let me know your thoughts down below. I'm hopefully going to be doing more content for FPL. I do apologise because that video was very much just a ramble. No script or planning there really. I was just spitballing. So yeah, if you like that, I guess subscribe. Like, what? I don't have any subscribers yet. My first video. Yeah, drop a like, subscribe, follow me on Twitter. Yeah, I need to start gaining a following if I'm going to do this. So yeah, if you liked what you've seen, drop a follow or something. I don't know. I hope that's been helpful. Even if it just makes you think about new strategies, then the video's done its job. So yeah, let me know your thoughts. Wish you all a good luck for this upcoming season. You might see another video of me before the season starts. So yeah, let's see what this season entails. I'm not talking for too long, so goodbye.